Hello, my Aries peeps. This is going to be your mid-month of July 2026 reading. Go ahead and get the cards shuffled here. Hope your guys' month is going well so far. I feel like it's been kind of a troublesome time for a lot of people. Okay. So it looks like times are a little rough for you as well right now. We've got the Five of Pentacles reversed. And so this card is demonstrating the difficulty in pursuing higher goals or even spiritual goals due to having hardships. And with it being in reversed, it usually indicates that things can't really get any worse, which kind of is a good thing because you can only go up from there. Crossing you, we have the Nine of Cups. So you may be relying on your community a lot right now at this time. Hopefully you do have a good group of friends or maybe even your coworkers or family. Sometimes that's one good thing about tragedy is that it brings people together. Beneath you, we have Temperance in reverse. Okay, this is a really good time to watch your health, Aries. Be careful to not overdo your indulgences. Watch what you're eating. When we're going through hard times and mentally we're already struggling and then we're not putting the right foods in our bodies, or maybe drinking a lot, or anything in excess of that nature, it's just going to make it harder on your body to deal with any issues that may arise at the moment. You want to be physically as strong as you can to handle anything that's going to come at you. Okay, so this makes sense. So it looks like in your recent past, we have the Ten of Wands. And it looks like you may have been dealing with more than your fair share in something. And it got to the point where you just had enough and you literally couldn't take it anymore. And so you may have had to go, you may be going through a situation where your things are going to get worse before they get better because you took yourself out of a situation that wasn't fair to you. And so good for you. Because that's not right. People need to take their fair share too. All right, above you we have the Moon reversed. So you may be realizing this month that there seems to be a pattern that you may have gone through something like this before, where you took on more than your fair share, and it got to the point where you ended up just having to leave a situation instead of confronting the person earlier on about your concerns and that this had been bothering you. And at least now you're starting to realize this pattern so that you can figure out what are the roots of this pattern, where did this start? And maybe it's something that began in your childhood. Maybe you were kind of like a caretaker for your parents, or you had to help do a lot of things with your siblings, and everyone kind of relied on you. And now that you're an adult, you are more articulate now, and you don't have to take on more than your fair share. That's not right. Okay, so in your near possible future, we have the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords signifies someone that doesn't have the resources that they need to get out of a situation, and feels cut off from other people in similar situations. So again, your community is going to be really helpful to you. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. And the good thing nowadays is we have the internet. You can always connect with other people that are going through similar struggles, and you don't need to feel alone in this. Okay, we have the Ten of Swords and your attitude about the situation. And this card is about being consistently repressed. So maybe throughout your life you have been consistently put down, consistently made to feel small. And at times you may feel that you don't have any chance to overcome the situation. You may feel like just giving in, and try not to do that, because we've all been through tough things, and you don't want to go through life having a victim mentality. Just learn from certain situations that you may have put yourself in and do some reflection. That's why we have the moon here. The moon is all about reflection and understanding the patterns under your behaviors. In your environment, we have the Knight of Cups. So this could actually represent a young man in your life, especially being that this is in your environment. Someone the Knight of Cups is usually someone that's a little lazy. They like to fantasize about things a lot, but not really do anything to work towards that fantasy. Or they might just use fantasy to satisfy their ego. So I would watch out for this person. Yeah, it's like someone that uses like sex just for satisfaction, or someone that will kind of flatter you and paint a big beautiful picture of a life they could have with you, but then they don't have any intentions of following through on any of those things. So be careful with this person. Words are just words. Look out for action, okay? All right. We have the Four of Cups in your hopes and fears. Okay, you could find yourself focusing on the loss of a certain relationship or the loss of um, a certain group of people that you identified with, even. And you may find yourself not really wanting to accept new invitations or be open even to talking or meeting new people. Don't underestimate the effect that you have on people, and don't underestimate the possibility of meeting someone new tomorrow that could completely change your life. Try to be more open to meeting new people, and I think a lot of people don't even realize the effect that just interacting with strangers how much it can boost your mood. We sometimes get so caught up in our feelings that we completely shut down and we kind of don't even want people around us to notice us. But that actually ends up kind of creating a cyclical pattern where we feel sad because we feel alone, but yet we're isolating ourselves from any kind of interaction. So just try it, even if you're just at the grocery store and someone's standing like within 3 feet of you, just compliment them. Just say, hey, how's it going? Or, wow, the lines are really long. And you'll notice that that small interaction will actually uplift you. And you never know what kind of introduction you could be making. And for your final outcome, we have Judgment reversed. I'm not sure what that is. I live in an apartment, so. Okay, so all right. Be wary to not, it's bringing the same message of not realizing the effect that you have on the world. And I don't want you to have that feeling, because one person can do so much in the world. I know it's hard right now with a lot of things going on in the news, and it really kind of feels like things are just getting worse right now, even economically. If you can, try not to watch the news. It's not natural. Throughout human time evolution, we have never had access to knowing what's going on, thousands of miles across the world. And focus more on the small change that you can enact in your circle and in your community, because you do have the power to make change, and you do have a good positive effect on other people. Aries, you guys are the leaders of the zodiac, and remember who you are, Okay? Okay, I don't see a lot of pentacles here. The only card with pentacles that we did receive was the Five of Pentacles reversed. So that's telling me that you don't have a lot of grounding energy right now. One way that you can work on that is to develop daily habits, a daily rhythm. And don't forget to take care of yourself, brush your teeth, stay active, maybe at least even just take a walk out in nature. Try to, maybe write down your goals and think about what's the first step that I can realistically take toward achieving that goal, and work towards it every day. And, that's how change happens, with consistency. I feel like you could also benefit from some positive affirmations. So if you don't know how to do that, you really can write any positive statement that you feel like would benefit you, such as, you know, I'm just going to give you a good one for you right now because I feel like you are kind of maybe feeling like you don't have any effect on people. So maybe something like, I am a worthy person of other people's time. And you can write that. So you would write it 15 to 20 times, twice a day if you can, but once a day is okay. And you would also write, he or she is a worthy person of people's time. And the reason you do that is because people tell us things about ourselves. So when you say it in the third person, it's kind of tricking your brain to think that someone else is saying it about you. And then you're also going to write your name. So for me, I'd write, Amber is a worthy person of other people's time. So you write it, you know, I am worthy of other people's time. She is worthy of other people's time. Amber is worthy of other people's time. And you're going to write that 15 to 20 times, twice a day if you can. If not, just once a day is fine. And you're going to do this for 21 days. That's the amount of time that studies have shown it takes for a new belief to register in your brain. And also, if you can, say it in the mirror afterward. The same thing, 15 to 20 times in the third person and saying your name. And you'll be surprised. I've actually done this, and if you pay attention to what you're saying and actually feel the words, I actually felt like tingling in my brain. I'm not going to lie, like in this section. And it's very powerful. And then you're going to just find yourself saying it throughout the day too. Okay, Aries, so that's your reading for mid-July. And I hope you guys keep your head up, and I'll see you in August. Bye.